Hello everyone, welcome to Be Again Books. I'm glad to be here today. I'm Kathleen and I want to share something a little bit personal and very meaningful. I am approaching my 65th birthday and I decided to celebrate that milestone by creating a kind of a journal that maybe you're unaware of. I want to make a time capsule journal for 2025 to celebrate this kind of milestone. I'm now a senior citizen, according to the government anyway. And I just kind of thought I would take you along the journey. Let me explain what it is and why I think it's such a meaningful thing and a beautiful way to document my life. So what exactly is a time capsule junk journal? It's a creative way to capture a specific moment in time in your life, a year, a season, or even a milestone birthday like mine. The idea is to fill it with items that reflect your experiences, your thoughts, your memories, anything that is meaningful that happens during that time. So it could include photos, journaling entries, ephemera, of all kinds, even little things like quotes that you love. What makes it unique is that it doesn't just tell your story, but that it feels like you with layers of personality and creativity. So I have shown you this book before. This is the journal that I kind of work in. It's just an everyday journal. And I just have pages that are still blank, and I can come back and journal, create different things. The difference between what might be in here and what might be a time capsule journal is that the photos or the postcards would be more specific to the year 2025, which is the time period that I have chosen. It's also just a way to honor some little things that happened to me in this next year. Maybe the way I feel, maybe some of the ways that aging is affecting me. And someday when I look back, this journal won't just remind me of 2025 in a historical sense, but it will remind me of who I was at the age of 65. So in this journal, I have written about my ladies' club, what it is and how meaningful that it's been in my life. In the upcoming journal, I might include some specific pictures or a description of a holiday that we celebrated together. I can still journal my thoughts. I can create memories, specific favorites lists, or what's going on in politics or what's going on in the wider world. I can just have favorite quotes. I can honor different experiences that I have, and it's kind of an exciting idea to me. So in 2021, I wrote this: time runs fast for me now. I can see it slip away faster and faster. I hope I have lived well. That was just a random thought that I had that has become even more meaningful to me because time is running faster and faster for me now. And I also included this favorite quote: "We live in deeds, not years, in thoughts, not breaths, in feelings, not in figures on a dial. We should count time by heartthrobs. He most lives who thinks most, feels the noblest, acts the best." Okay, let's get started on the project today, which is creating the cover for this journal. I have chosen some things. I've got some numbers, and I have created this little piece to go into the collage that says snapshots, because that's what I think I can accomplish next year. I can at least complete some snapshots. My goal, and I hesitate to announce it, is to have 65 different snapshots of who I am next year. So I am going to start by putting this down the side, this little strip of washi tape. I'm going to put it right there and take it over the top. So let me get some glue on it. Yep, that's straight. So I just have this recycled book cover, and it has kind of a rough texture on it. So I think it's going to glue. It's going to accept the glue well. And now I'm going to put this down. I am using my matte gel medium, and I would like to suggest that one of the things that I have learned about collage, especially when you're doing a large one like this with layers, and is that you use the same glue for everything, especially the things that are going to layer on top of each other. So I did use the glue stick just to put this strip down, but for everything else I'm going to use the matte gel. So let me and when I'm doing this kind of large collage, I try to pay special attention to the corners and make sure that the corners and the edges get plenty of glue. Some of this is going to squish out, and that's okay. I'm just going to take an old credit card, start from the middle, and come out. So it's important that I get this lined up really well along this edge and along this edge. Another tip that I'll leave with you is that when you're doing this large sheet of paper that is collaged to the cover, it's best to kind of let this one dry before you start piling a bunch of other things on. So I am going to let this dry and I'll be back. The reason why that's important is because as I add these pieces on top, it can begin to lift the paper underneath. So if it's not stuck down really well, then you can start getting bubbles around the edges. And so that's what I'm trying to avoid. All right, the next piece that I want to put down is this little piece of a flyleaf from an old book. And I'm going to put that down here and just overlap it a little on this left edge. a little wrinkle there, which I like. So I'm going to glue that down. And I'll just kind of put along the edge, make sure there's good glue on the edges. Okay, and then the next pieces are these two. This one is going to go here, and this one is going to go there. So and this piece is a little bit thicker, you know, than the other pieces, so I'm going to try to get a fair amount of glue on that so that it sticks down well. And that piece I want to overlap on this side. Oops, upside down. There we go. Well, that was a shame. Let me see if I can smooth that back out. Okay, and now this piece will come down here. Let's put this down. It's always a little bit hard to collage on camera because I have to get up on my tippy toes to keep my head out of the way. And then I have a little sticker that I want to come out and over about right there. This is always tricky because I need to glue this down to overlap this, but this is going to go under here. So let me put this this top down. All right, you'll see how I kind of try to get this done. It's not easy, I can tell you. So I'll try to make it straight across the top. And I need my scissors. I'll make just a little clip right there. Okay. Now let's put this one . Okay, now we can smooth this one. Okay, now I have the numbers 65, these two stickers, and then I also want to put down 2025 on there. So I'm going to use these little stickers, number stickers. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back in addition to the sticky sticker part. I'm trying to get that kind of lined up against the edge of those printed lines. I think that's going to be pretty good. Okay, now I need the birthday number. I'll put the 5 down first. Okay, I kind of like that. And then I'll put a button and my beaded closure on, and I think that looks nice. It's important that I like it. Okay, so now I will just brush a coat of this over the whole thing to kind of seal it in. I find that the matte medium works really well for this, except if there is a lot of red ink in a digital print, in an inkjet digital print. For some reason, the matte medium reacts, and so it smears the pink. And I can see that I'm already getting a little bit of pink smeared up into there, so I don't want to keep working that. Otherwise, it's going to get smeary looking. If you have a laser printer, that's not a problem. Okay, let me go dry this. Okay, I'm going to put just a little bit of a double coat over here on that washi tape edge. And on these stickers. I don't want them to have trouble later on, because this is going to get, regular use. And so So I want to make sure that those top layers are glued down well. I'll be back. So I'm going to coat the back cover as well, just to give it a little bit of protection so that it doesn't get stained right away as I journal, as I work in this journal. And because the cover is textured, this is a little bit hard to get the medium in all the little cracks and crevices. So I'll just swirl my brush around like this, and then do a final directional swipe. The brush strokes, they don't show that much, but on the solid color, I'll just kind of make sure that I do the brush strokes going in one direction. Okay, this is mostly dry. It really won't be thoroughly dry until overnight. And then it will look good. Okay, but this allows us to go forward and do the inside. So this is what I've chosen to finish the inside with. Just this pretty paper. So let's put the Tyvek first. It's nice to have the Tyvek to reinforce the spine. And I actually have another video about creating a cover, and I will link whatever videos I might have made previously, so that you can check those out. And I'm just going to again use the same glue that I used on the outside. I will use here on the inside, and then it will balance weight-wise. It will balance what I've done on the cover, and that will help it not to warp quite as much. The back, don't have anything on the other side, so that will be, let's see, is this, yeah, it's this way up. And let me get this top corner just right. Okay, and now we'll do the other side. This fabric is starched to make it just a little bit easier to handle. Put that overlap. So that's the insides done. And I have created 2 signatures for this journal. There are about 116 pages in total, and the images are from Raindrop Lila, who is one of my favorite kit creators. And then I've got all kinds of other junky things in here, just some pretty pages that I think enhance the images that Lydia has in these pages. So let's just summarize. In case you want to do your own Time Capsule Junk Journal, these are my thoughts about it. Your intent, just decide what you might want to capture. It could be the whole year like I'm doing. It could just be the birthday day, a big milestone of some kind, or even just your day-to-day life like we usually journal. But gather up mementos that represent your life right now, photos, notes, receipts, and all of the other things that we've talked about. You can find prompts online to help you out with this, but be personal. Write down your thoughts, reflections, or even just little anecdotes, quotes, other things, but let your voice shine through. And then for sure, make it yours. Use the colors, textures, and materials that feel authentic to you. There is no right or wrong way to do it, but it could be a true gift for yourself. So if that inspired you, I'd love to hear about your plans. Share your ideas in the comments. Follow along so that you can see what I'm doing throughout the year. And I thank you for joining me on this journal. I have some organizational things coming up in January and some other projects on the list. So until next time, happy journaling, and I will see you with the next project.